Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. We've been talking about a lot of things, and there's a ton of other things going on. I could be talking about the NFL and the protest. Woohoo! Yeah. Who do you think's winning that battle? I love how the left, the media, Donald Trump cannot win, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. There's a clip that we got from a guy's name is Niall Ferguson. He's a Brit. I mentioned him earlier in the broadcast. He's now becoming a citizen of the United States. And he's not a Trump supporter, but he says something in an interview about Donald Trump and pop culture that I found very interesting. And you guys make your assessment of it. I've been saying it, but sometimes it's good to hear from other people, especially when they have a British accent. So here it is.
Part of what's happening here is that by going in hard on what I'll call cultural issues, Trump is forcing the Democrats increasingly into the identity politics that you will find on any American campus. This doesn't resonate with middle America at all. No. And if the Democrats nominate a left-of-center candidate like, say, Elizabeth Warren, I think they could lose. I agree. And so there is a scenario in which Trump, if he survives the investigations into the Russian meddling in the election, which I think he will, I think that will not be Watergate, could be positioned for re-election. Now,
well, thank you for that, Niall. Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. Niall Ferguson, Brit, trying to become an American, who's giving his take on things, and he's exactly right about that. What's funny about it to me, though, is he's talking to hardcore lefties because Brits don't know what else to be anymore. Most of the world knows no other alternative except leftism. And so they're still looking at the idea of Donald Trump through the prism of old politics. He stands a chance if he does certain things and remains very true to the core of American values and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. And Elizabeth Warren, she will struggle because she's going to struggle because the Democrats don't have a message. She's going to struggle because Donald Trump has already got people back to work. Donald Trump is forcing the left to deal with these race, these class issues, these gender issues, and confront everything that they supposedly have been fighting for. You want to fight for women's rights? Okay, then why do you get mad when we pick on them? How are you going to fight for somebody's rights and continue to fight for their rights when they're equal? Well, are they equal or are they not? You're going to fight for black people's rights even when they're wrong? Oh, by the way, black people went and disrupted an ACLU meeting. Talked about that the other day. The Democrats are so out of touch. Folks, this is the only possible outcome. I want you to hear me. Hear me good. Hear me good. Sound like Robert Burr. Hear me now. So here's what I want you to hear. You cannot take a hodgepodge group of people who are nothing more than self-indulgent lunatics. I'm La Raza. I care about Mexicans. I'm BLM. I care about blacks. I'm Antifa. I don't like fascism even though I'm a fascist. I'm part of the women's movement. I hate men, particularly black men who commit a lot of crimes against me and whatever. I hate white men. I'm a misandrist. I just hate men. Oh, then there's the feminist men's organization and other feminist groups that don't buy into that nonsense. Then you've got the Holly weirdos who are mad at this. You've got the LGBTQ who says religion sucks and yada, yada, yada. And so look at the cross section of all of these different groups. I wish you could do like bubbles and you say, okay, what does Antifa stand for? What does BLM stand for? What does this group, Occupy Wall Street, stand for? What does the anti-war group? And then look at the amount of overlap that we used to do these bubbles and when we would put these presentations together for companies. And you'd look at all the different divisions in a company and say, what do you stand for that represents the core values of the company? And so when you do these overlap of bubbles, there's hopefully a big circle in the middle, big area in the middle where they all overlap. Like we all want profitability for the company. We all want the company to be successful. We all want the company's brand to be better, whatever. And so look at that from the perspective of a management consultant and ask yourself, what's the overlap with the blacks in La Raza? The only overlap is we hate the Republicans. And they don't even have an answer as to why. La Raza says, because they won't let in illegals and we can't get more power. Blacks say they hate the Republicans because why? Because we've been told to. So they don't even have a common reason for hating the Republicans, but they hate the Republicans. They hate conservatives. The LGBT hates conservatives because they say they're too sanctimonious, they're too religious, but there's a religious element to the LGBT. They claim they're religious, and so on and so forth. So you get what I'm saying? You put all that together, and you will barely have something to. If you started out with thought bubbles that are 6 inches in diameter, okay, 6 inches across, circles, you'd be lucky to find something the size of a BB. As the Bible saying goes, you'd have a better chance of getting a camel through the hair of a needle, or a mustard seed, something like that. The point is, there's nothing. You might get a BB, and that BB would be, we hate the Republicans. So that's their common thread. Now you look at any group within the conservative movement, people that want to audit the Fed, people who want fair taxes, people who want accountable government, and people looking at wasteful government, and put their thought bubbles together, and you know what you'll have? Dang near an overlap in thought bubbles. Not thought bubbles, but you know what I'm talking about. And that's the beauty of who we are. And Donald Trump is glaringly pointing out, oh, you want to take black folks who want to take a knee over America. Oh, I get it. Oh, you want to protect womanhood over America. Oh, I get it. Oh, you want to protect Muslims over Americans. Oh, I think I understand. Oh, you want to protect illegals over Americans. I think I understand. And what this guy's saying is he's backing these guys into a corner. He's forcing them. You take your special interest, you put it up against the flag of this nation, the blood that red represents, right? Those 50 states that represents everybody, because 50 states don't represent La Raza and BLM and all that. It represents one America. Put it up against us. Let's see how you do. And they don't get it. They're not going to win otherwise. Anyway, look, we got a lot to talk about. I want to cover one final thing on this Weinstein, because I think it's important and I don't want you to forget it. Back in a bit.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful 4-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.